Hi! Welcome to How to 2020 channel. Today, we will learn about how to make do-it-yourself face mask. T-shirt or bandana style? Cloth with a sewing or without sewing? Which one is better? According to Rosie Hilder from www.creativebloq.com, learning how to make a face mask isn't as complicated as it might seem. In fact, 2 of the 4 ways listed here require no sewing skills whatsoever. And with masks becoming mandatory in more places, it is a skill many will want to acquire. Though face masks are now more widely available, the disposable kind can end up being quite expensive, plus it's hard to find one that you don't mind wearing, so it makes sense to make one and put your own slant on it. This guide is here to make it easier for you. 4 ways to make a face mask. How to make a bandana style face mask. How to make a t-shirt face mask. How to make a cloth face mask without a sewing machine. How to make a cloth face mask with a sewing machine. Bandana style versus t-shirt face mask. Which one is better? Number 1. How to make a bandana style face mask. This is the easiest and quickest way to make a face mask. You will need a bandana or scarf, 2 elastic or rubber bands, or hair ties, a coffee filter, paper towel or kitchen roll which is optional. The easiest method for making your own face mask involves folding a bandana or a scarf. Note that you need to choose the right bandana or scarf. Hold it up to the light to see how much you can see through it. The less you can see, the better. If the material is too thin, then your face mask won't be as effective. Tightly woven, 100% cotton is best. The CDC recommends folding your bandana in half, then folding it again twice, lengthways from both the top and the bottom. At this point, you can also add a square piece of coffee filter, paper towel or kitchen roll to your mask, which you can change. Then, place your rubber bands or hair ties around your strip of material, and fold the material in towards the middle, tucking the ends into each other if possible. Number 2. How to make a t-shirt face mask. You will need a t-shirt, scissors, coffee filter or paper towel which is optional. If you have a t-shirt that you don't mind cutting up, then you can easily and quickly make a face mask from it. Note that you don't want to be using really old t-shirts if they have holes in them or are worn through. Ideally, your t-shirt should be 100% cotton and as opaque as possible. To start, simply cut the bottom off your t-shirt. The height of the amount of material you need should be the length from the top of your nose to underneath your chin, which is around 7 to 8 inches of 17 to 20 centimeters. It's best to get the measuring tape out if you're unsure, and cut bigger than you think you need so you can trim the excess later. You then need to cut into your t-shirt around 6 to 7 inches to make the ties for your face mask, making a sort of elongated C shape. Next, cut your ties so that you can retie them around your head. Adjust until you get a snug fit around your nose and chin. If you like, you can add a coffee filter or paper towel to your face mask, and secure it with a safety pin. Number 3. How to make a cloth face mask without a sewing machine. You will need cotton fabric which is 10 to 11 inches or 25 to 28 cm in diameter, 2 times 6 inch or 15 centimeters pieces of elastic or rubber bands, hair ties or strips of cloth, a plate, or something round to draw around, needle and thread, scissors, pins. This method of making a face mask can be done with or without a sewing machine. It's a simple pattern, and our instructions are based on the video below, which is very easy to follow. And we recommend watching it before you start. This face mask method gives you a slightly rounded mask, which may fit your face better than the rectangular pattern in the next method. It is also all made from one piece of material, which makes it nice and easy. First, place your material face down on a flat surface. Put a plate, which is roughly 10 to 12 inches or 25 to 28 centimeters in diameter, on top of it, and draw around the plate. Then cut out your circle shape. Once it is cut out, fold it twice, so you get 4 curved triangles on top of each other, and then cut down the sides of your triangles, so you have 4 separate shapes. Next, place one shape face up, and another face down on top of it, so the wrong sides of the material are on the outside. Pin together if you have pins. Do the same with the other 2 shapes. Then, stitch along the curved edge of your fabric with a needle and thread, using running stitch or similar. You ideally don't want any gaps between your stitches. Once you have done this, unfold your triangles, so you get a sort of dome-like structure. Place the domes on top of each other, front sides together. Then pin in place and sew round the edges of your face mask, leaving a small gap at one end. Next, pull your material through the gap carefully, until you have the front sides of your material on the outside of your face mask, then stitch up the small gap. All you need to do now is insert your ties into your face mask. To do this, fold one of the pointy edges of your mask over itself and then sew it down. You can use an iron to iron as you fold if you like to make this easier. Then do the same on the other side. You should now have created a little pocket, or hem, to insert your ties into. You can then insert your elastic or ties, using a safety pin or needle to thread them through the hem. Tie up your elastic and you're done. You can turn the ties so that the knots are inside your face mask if you want to. You can watch the step-by-step video at the description. Number 4. How to make a cloth face mask with a sewing machine. You will need cotton fabric 10 x 6 inches or roughly 25 x 15 centimeters. 2 x 6 inch or 15 centimeters pieces of elastic or rubber bands, hair ties or strips of cloth. Sewing machine. Needle and thread. Scissors. Pins. Jewelry wire, or thin wire. To make a face mask with a sewing machine. Although note that it is possible to create this face mask design by sewing by hand. First, cut your material to around 10 x 6 inches or roughly 25 x 15 centimeters. If you want to make it really clear which part of your mask is the front and which is the back, use 2 different materials. This will help you avoid putting on the mask back to front, which is not recommended for hygiene purposes. Next, place your 2 pieces of fabric on top of each other. You want the pattern that you'd like to be on the front of your mask face down. The piece of material facing up towards you will be the inside of your mask. Next, fold over the long sides of the material around 1/4 inch or 0.5 to 1 centimeter. Pin in place. Don't worry too much if you don't have any pins. You can always use a needle or just keep checking that your fabric is held together in hem. Hem just means folding the edges of your material over and stitching them so that your fabric will not fray and will stay together. It's best to do this using a sewing machine, but you could do it by hand. Just make sure that your stitches are nice and close together. Once you have hemmed along the length of your face mask, fold over the sides of your face mask around 1/2 inch or 1.5 centimeters. Pin and hem the sides too. Once you have created your hem, you can thread your elastic or hair ties through the hem you have created. You will need a needle to do this, or a pin, or safety pin, or basically anything that you can use to poke the elastic through your hem. A thin pencil might do the job. You could also add some thin wire into the top hem of your face mask to help you shape it around your nose. Jewelry wire works well for this. With your ties threaded through the sides of your mask, tie your elastic or hair ties in secure knots, and move the knots until they can be tucked inside the hem. You can then adjust your face mask to fit your face, and add some stitches on either end of your face mask to keep your elastic in place. If you are a seasoned sewer, you can sew the whole thing in one go, turning it as you go, or you can create face mask with a pocket for a filter. You can see video below in the description. You could even add your elastic in before you hem. The reason beginner sewers should not do this is that it is easy to catch the elastic in your hem and accidentally sew it down, and that will make it much harder to adjust later. You can watch the step-by-step video at the description. Need more details? You can watch the videos in the description of this video. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe our channel. Thank you very much.